my 2 cents worth energy read for November. What I'm seeing and sensing here as we march into November is literally the word march. That was important. I see a lot of people, as we were seeing on the news, out on the streets, marching, protesting, using their voices to speak about the truths in them, the challenges that they're seeing and what they wish to be done about those challenges, and really advocating for a world that I think we all really want deep inside. And so you may find yourself part of that voice. You may find yourself part of that march. You may feel compelled to be using your voice and advocating for those who cannot advocate for themselves. And so really listening to that call, if that is something that you feel the pull and the desire for. And then I also feel that there is something else that we can be doing more on the home front. And what I've seen many times as I've sort of lent into what's ahead of us for November is also important for us to take time to be still and quiet and within ourselves, to be also looking within. And every time I say look within, for the month ahead, what I really see, and I don't know why I see it over here on the side, is I see a light inside of us. I see it as a flame of a candle, just there, almost like a pilot light, just that tiny little bit of flame that is within us. We are light, we have light within us. A light within us is really what is unique and special to us. And what I see and what I sense here is that we're really being called to also, while we're seeing so much happening on the outside world, and maybe we're feeling called to be part of that or not, and that is totally okay, but there is a lot externally happening that can be drawing our attention away from our inner world, that it is equally as important to spend time with yourself in meditation, in a quiet place, out in nature, because within us there is a light. And this light is unique and special to each of us. And it's an opportunity for us to look at what that is and give it our awareness, because it feels like it is a special thread. It is a special message, purpose, a mission for us, if you like. And I see that when we really spend time with it, we get to really touch it, feel it, sense it, know what it is, and it's kind of like we grab it. And in grabbing that, it's like a thread, a special thread of information for us that importantly is unique and individual to each of us. And what we want to do then, once we have located and got a sense of what is this flame within me, what is this burning light, this desire, this message, there's something here in me that is just me, how can I bring that into the experience of my life? And I pull this thread here into the center of the heart. And the work then really is once I know what my unique opportunity role is in the world or in this moment, what is this light within me, how can I bring it here into the center of my heart and begin to be expressing that, emanating that, sharing that with the world? This may very well just be how you are being with other people. It may be how you're being with children, animals, nature. It may be the way that you speak to people. It may be the way that you listen to people. It may also just be what you're creating. It's not necessarily interacting with others, but in some way, shape or form, there is something here available for us that is a unique offering that we are being asked to begin to really witness and embody and bring out into the world. Because it is almost as if I see this as a counterbalance of putting light out into the world. And when I say light, I'm talking about your unique expression, the beautiful things that live inside of you that want to be birthed and created and given and shared and experienced by others. This, at a time like this, is important to do. It can feel very hard to want to work on yourself, to be creative, to be feeling any kind of joy. But it is equally as important for what we are experiencing collectively to actively be taking care of yourself and expressing love, kindness, and joy out into the world. Your ability to do that, your ability to put that energy out into the field, out into the collective, is important, is meaningful, does have an impact whether you see it or not. And so it is almost as if do it for the sake of doing it because you don't understand the power that it has. Trust what you feel, trust what you sense, trust what is inside of you that wants to really be put outside of you into some sort of manifested or physical form. And again, that may be an actual thing that you're creating, but it may just very well be the way that you smile at strangers on the street. It may be that you're listening more to those around you rather than speaking, holding space for them to express their feelings. There's so many ways that we can be doing this. And like I said, there's an individual way for each of us to show up in our highest expression. And that information is very much available for us in the moment in this month. So taking some time to find whatever practice it is that you need to get quiet and sense what's inside that is yours to offer. And then the next thing that I really sense is like doing the work to build that, setting the foundation for whatever that is. And also that very much last month we were talking about getting that real clear sense of what we wanted, clearing our to-do list, who we wanted in our life and who we didn't, because now we're also being asked to put some of the clarity that we found from that month into action and building ourselves a new foundation. And when I say new foundation, it's like, well, hopefully you were able to gather from that month, like we said, clarity and a bit more of a clear picture for yourself of this is what I do want, this is how I want to feel, this is what I want my life to look like, this is how I'd like my life to feel, these are the people I'd like to have in my life, these are the conversations I want to have, these are the things I want to be doing with those people. And now that you have some of that information, however much of it you've gathered, beginning to say, okay, well, I have resources here, I have this information. What do I want to do with that? How can I begin to actively be creating for myself this? What am I doing? Where am I putting myself in? What social situations? What new people do I want to reach out to? What, again, creation, what things do I want to be creating that I can offer to others that welcomes them into my life in such a way that we can have these new and inspired conversations, really based off of that clarity that you gained around what you want to be doing and how you want to be engaging with your world. You really now have some information to begin to build yourself a new foundation. And as I say that too, I get the sense that it's also about really the foundation is about the alignment. So it's almost getting clear on what are the values that this clarity is really showing me. How can I action that in my life? Again, it's almost like a review process of if this is really valuable to me, what else needs to go? What other things am I doing in my life that really pull me away from that value being fully expressed? And how can I show up for it more fully? And when we do show up for that more fully, it becomes foundational for us. It becomes very much how we are being, how we are operating in the world, what we are doing, how we are showing up. And there's so much more energy that comes with living in that way because we're really honoring what's true and real for us. And as we do that, I just really see, again, more and more people coming into our world, coming into our picture that match our clarity, match our understanding of ourselves, match for us what we really see as the world we want to live in. And again, I think I said this last month, there's this real peeling back of the eyes. And this month is going to be a continuation of that we are in challenging times right now. We are going through an exceptional time in the world where we are being asked to hold a lot in our experience. And for those of us that really are here for the awakening, this is going to deepen that for us. Many people are also going to begin to, be activated as well. But I'm sure that if you're following me and you're seeing this, you are already part of that awakening. So what you are seeing right now and what you are experiencing right now is more of an opportunity for you to allow more and more layers of illusion, more and more layers of falsities, untruths, to be peeled back and really start to see that there is, I kind of see it as a black cloud, and I just sort of see it as a dog fight, and you know, these two dogs just scrambling around and kicking up dust, and there's such a whirlwind of emotion and just, I don't know how to describe it, but there is an energy here that is trying to pull us into fear, trying to pull us into separation, trying to pull us into judgment. And I want to use the word polarization, although I'm not fully aware of what that word means, but I'm going to say that. And I just sort of see these two sides, you know, yelling at each other. Very much what we're witnessing in some areas of the world, and you know, currently. But our power lies in being able to step back and witness that separately, but fully hold it, fully witness it, fully see it for what it is, and then decide, what do I want to do with that? Knowing that you have the power with your discernment to be actually a force that can hold this darkness from a place of more light, from a place of more love. That you do have a power. It's outside of the fight, in my opinion, and sort of my read, because when we're inside that energy, it can be very hard to, I want to say, shine the light. But when we're standing in the middle of the two dogs, it's sort of like, well, you know, you're up against the big force. But if you're able to hold the two dogs from the outside that are fighting, which is this, you know, energy that we're seeing in the world, not just with the things that are happening in Israel and Palestine, but many, many areas of the world in conflict, that your power is more effective when we're able to hold everything from a larger point of view. And that you have a greater awareness and understanding of that from outside of the fight. But if you feel called to be in the fight, then you feel called to be in the fight. And so that is my energy read for the month of November. If any of this resonates with you, if you feel like you're experiencing or sensing some of this, I'd love to know that. Take good care of yourself this month.